Yo, what's poppin', family? We back. Welcome to Rosedale Park, episode 7. I'm your host, Scotty V. Before we get started, make sure you go ahead and push that subscribe button. Make sure you're getting all information of when I drop different types of content I'm gonna start doing. But we're gonna stick to my weekly podcast. Welcome to Rosedale Park. I had a lot of questions on messages. What is the name from? It's just the neighborhood I'm from in Fort Worth, Texas, Rosedale Park. I grew up here my whole life, and I'm just here to bring some news to you from a particular type of place. I actually just finishing celebrating a birthday this weekend. Turned a big 3-4. You know what I'm saying? Getting up there in age. Got plenty of gray hairs to show it. And I just want to introduce a topic that was kind of important with me celebrating my birthday and me thinking about and asking some of my friends who celebrated with me. Shout out to all y'all who pulled off one of the best surprise, matter of fact, the only surprise party I've ever had in my life. Shout out to everybody involved, man. I really do appreciate it. And we had a blast, man. I definitely had a blast this weekend. And I just wanted to talk about people who struggle with celebrating their birthdays. I know that's a real thing out here. And I wanted to ask the audience, my audience, everybody who's locking in with me, I appreciate y'all for coming. Do y'all have trouble celebrating your birthday, no matter the age? Speaking for myself, I don't. I like to celebrate, whether it doesn't even always have to be a party, but I definitely like celebrating my birthday when I can. And I kind of implore my friends to do the same. Celebrate when you can, if you can. Each year, God takes you another 365 days. I think it's important to be around people you love, but if you're a loner, celebrate with yourself. Be thankful, pray, meditate, whatever it is you do, but celebrate that milestone, man, because as of today, as it always has been, you never know what's promised. And so if you have time on this earth, I would definitely say celebrate. If that just means taking yourself out to dinner, scrounging up a few of your friends, playing board games, having some mocktails, cocktails, whatever it is you do, whether traveling, solo travel with groups, celebrate your birthdays, man. None of us know how many we're going to have in this lifetime, so whenever you get the opportunity, definitely celebrate your birthdays and enjoy it. Enjoy those moments. I was around a lot of love this weekend, and I really appreciate it. I even got some very, very good tips from a few of my close friends. One who's a very popular social media personality, and the other a well-established entrepreneur. And they just kind of taught me how to situate my space the right way, correctly, use all of my resources, and I think it looks pretty good so far, man. I got a few things I'm gonna tweak. Give y'all some more eye candy, but definitely want to, give thanks and appreciate to them. Shout out to them. Shout out my boy Daryl, my boy David, for giving me this idea. Now, men, we often celebrate our birthdays, so most of us, some of us don't. But the conversation came up as we were, golfing, about, of course, the dating market, but in a different context. I hang out with some very, very self-aware dudes, man. Like, none of them are fairly delusional about most things. None of them are delusional at all about most things, actually, I would say. And we actually got to talking about this tax bracket conversation. And it's a valid one. It's a valid one, but I wouldn't want to say tax bracket because I think all of us at the time had dated somebody at one point in time who was making more than them. And that's not completely uncommon. You know, women are doing amazing in the game right now. They're making money, and this isn't really about them. It's about more guys being self-confident, being confident in oneself, and not allowing another person's success to make you feel away. You know, you don't want to dim your light for anybody. You don't want nobody dimming your light, especially people who don't even know you. So don't let another person's success, more specifically the opposite sex, affect how you feel about yourself. And I know that can be hard with the conversations online. You know, you got to give people space to be proud of what they've done in their lives. Be proud about the moves they made and the success they're experiencing. We don't want to take away from that, but at the same time, it's not about tax bracket. It's really not. If a woman likes you, she'll date you. As long as I'm sure that the ones with the good heads on your shoulders, you got to be doing something now, something of value. You got to bring something into society. So having a career, having a good job, having a business that is moving in a direction. It don't have to be thriving yet, because to be truth be told, I don't think a lot of women are that as cutthroat as social media would make it seem. And social media is probably the biggest portal of lies we have in today's society. So I don't really think it's as bad as it seems. And if you're getting all your information and conversation and confidence from social media, you're already in a bad spot. Because I would say a good portion of what we see on these apps is really content. It's just content, y'all. People trying to get you to watch and click just like me. But it's not for your education. It's sure as hell not supposed to be your therapy. So just take it with a grain of salt. Each thing you watch, take it as entertainment, unless it's really feeding you. It's really giving you some nourishment for your mind or soul. But the tax bracket thing is one of those things that kind of has a lot of guys shook, and we can't really express it. A lot of times we'll express it by arguing about tit for tat type arguments, which don't work. It ain't about tax bracket, but it is about dating someone who likes you. Because if she likes you, dog, and she can see the value in you, that's who you need to be dating. Now we all want or have wanted at some point in time a particular type of girl, and believe it or not, it has nothing to do with her complete physical makeup. We all like different types of women, shades, sizes, etc. So we all have our own taste, but there's a particular type of woman that we like more now than ever. A lot of guys like popular women. When I was growing up, we wanted the girl who nobody knew, and maybe that's still the same. I don't know, but well-known women are very sought after, and the more it seems like the more they pop 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 they shit or talk noise, is the more guys want them, because we're all about competition. We're all about slaying the dragon. That is true. I can't deny that. At some point in time, I was like that. For some reason, we like making our life hard like that. I don't really know. But fellas, we don't have to do that. We can date cute women that really like us, you know, and can see the value and can see the potential. And I'm not saying blind potential where that you just got a lot of lip service. I'm talking about they see you grind and put in the work every day, and they have a small belief that you'll make something of whatever you're doing. So That's out there, and they look good. You just got to be on the lookout for them and be prepared. Preparation is key. You have to be prepared that you'll be able to approach a woman like that. And you will. It just takes, as I said, concentrating on your 4 C's. Like I said a couple episodes ago, making sure you have class, making sure you have consistency, you have confidence, you know, and eventually you'll be able to approach the woman that you want. And the response you're looking for is that she's not necessarily reciprocating resources back to you. It's the energy. I mean, one would be a fool to believe that they can't read energy, because you can. We know when these women don't like you. We know we don't need any memes or social media posts or any these guys on these podcast mics like me telling you to recognize when somebody likes you. We all know. But it's accepting that maybe the girl you like, the woman you like, ain't gonna like you. It's not gonna happen, bro. Move on. All right, and go date someone that likes you. It's a viral video. I forget who the comedian was, but he's pretty funny. He said, "Don't lose a good woman. Don't lose a good woman chasing a bad bitch." Because we'll do that, and we'll try to say it was a mistake and try to get our good girl back or a good woman back, and she ain't going. And nor she should. Value the things that internally you value, not what you think you should value. And that all comes from social media programming. But accepting the losses from going for what you know is also something that we have to really be on the lookout for. I mean, you're going to date women and it's not going to work out. That doesn't mean that you have to be careful about the first couple dates. I'm all good with coffee. I'm all good. But you don't want to turn into this person that, well, I'm just trying to make sure I don't spend no money on her just in case she don't like me or she trying to play me. I think we've all been played. I've been played before. And yeah, it hurt for a minute. But, you chalk it up to the game. That's the game, man. You date to make a great impression. Now, coffee is cool for the first one. After you want to take her somewhere nice or have a good activity plan, spend a little bread. I mean, you're going to have to do it anyway. And if she's pretty, it shouldn't really hurt you that much. I mean, she's smiling, which means you probably smiling. And, that's a win-win to me. But you're going to take some losses. You are going to take some losses. You treat it like a business. You take losses when you gamble, or if you're a gambler, you gamble, or you play the market. You're a day trader, or you're in the ETFs or stocks, or whatever your thing is, options. You're gonna take some losses. That's the game. Men, we have to learn how to take those losses with our chin up and with understanding, because ain't nobody got to like you because you're a good guy. It sounds crazy coming from, I guess, a woman's mouth, but they're absolutely right. Don't nobody gotta like you because you're a good guy. You could just be a good guy and just not the good guy for them, but that doesn't mean you turn into, well, you try to turn into some savage. Future is future, because future got future money. You can't be no savage like that. Not with no real fine, you ain't doing that. So there are gonna be some losses, business and relationship losses are almost parallel. The best thing to do is recalibrate, go back to the drawing board and see how you can make your next attempt or, play a win. You know, I say this and I don't like really talking about this men and women thing, but I think I'm like everybody else who's just tired of it. I'm tired of the discourse. I'm tired of the arguing. If I'm on the men's side, fellas, let's just stop arguing, bro. Listen to understand, agree or disagree, and move on. Like, these spaces on a lot of these topics when it comes to relationships, and I really think they're out for the ladies. Now, when we got something interesting to talk about, sure, we're talking about marriage. We're talking about, you know, having those financial boundaries when you're dating, not jumping out the window, when you're dating and being pressured to spend money on, or she's going to leave. I mean, she was going to leave anyway if she's giving you an ultimatum, either spend money or else, usually. But let's just stop arguing about like that. It's really just it's so not important, the things we're arguing about. It really isn't. Like I said, listen to understand, agree or disagree, move on. That's all it takes. Because at this point, we got folks out here making content as it's so much rage bait just to get clicks, and it's so disingenuous. We not even getting no nourishment from all the different perspectives that are out here in the podcast world or out here in the social media space. Because everybody just wants the clicks. Everybody wants good content, virality. Going viral means more than actually making sense these days. And both sides are just triggered, man. We just get triggered by so much. And it's really just out of love. We all want to make sense of this here man and woman thing. And we can't, so we argue. We fighting. You wrong and no, you wrong. And it really don't got to be any of that, because each man and each woman is different. We all bring something different to the table, and we all have our experiences, our traumas, and we're all just trying to figure out how to deal with them, how to move on. But fellas, last thing we need to do is argue, man. I'm not saying arguing makes you sassy. You make your point, you move on. But sometimes, dog, if you really look at it, sometimes we just don't need to say nothing. And anybody who's been in a long-term relationship and it's been successful can attest to that. Sometimes just listen and understand and move on, man. It's not even worth, and I understand that's what social media is for, to be social, but man, just so much arguing when you don't have to argue. You don't have to say anything. Is some of the stuff you be seeing and hearing is crazy? Absolutely, but that's life, man. Sometimes you see a two-butted goat. On social media, you see a lot of that stuff that's just crazy. That don't make no sense. An anomaly, but for your own sense of keeping that balance in your life, don't even invite that into your mental space. And don't internalize it. When you're working on yourself, and I'm not just talking about getting the bag, that's important, but work on yourself mentally, work on yourself spiritually. When I worked on myself spiritually, bro, everything else just slipped into place. Quite honestly. But that was my journey. Whatever it is, I agree with a lot of voices out there. We just need to stop arguing. Men, stop arguing with women. You got it, bro. You got it. I disagree, but your point is valid. You got it. And move on, man. God bless. That's all it really takes. And then we could be off this, man. Yeah, bro. Ain't y'all not sick of that shit? Like, God, bro, y'all ain't got nothing else to do. Nothing else to do but argue with each other. But before I go, man, it's either hard work or hard time. You youngsters, and me being 34, I can say that to a few of you, to a lot of you. Hard work or hard time. There's a video posted on TikTok where this young man was just setting up all the. There's no option for them after high school. I don't know where he got that from, but there's plenty of options. They're just gonna take hard work. All right. He named the options he sees is scam, rob, do OnlyFans, and some other stuff. All of it, other than OnlyFans and FL Studio, I don't even know what that is, but most of it was illegal. Trapping. Like, I'm from an area where that gets done oftentimes, man. It ain't sustainable. And for that young generation, this young generation coming up to think those are their only options, that's kind of scary. It's kind of disheartening. But it is our job at this point to point them in the right direction. Everybody don't have a parent or parents that is giving them sound advice. This is where we step up because it's our society now. Us millennials, man, it's our society now. Generation X, baby boomers, they can talk about us all they want to, but it's our society now. We got to make sure all of these kids are mentally okay and emotionally okay. But they got to know everything that's out there that is waiting for them. And I know the streaming thing is where you can make money and become famous and you don't got to leave your house. But how many of us are going to be able to do that? How many of y'all are going to be able to do that before it gets too saturated? What's going to come from it then? You got the service, you got military service, you got trade school, you got college, you got a regular job application. And I was very, very encouraged that so many people stitched his video and just gave him the word job. Jobs ain't fun. Jobs do pay you though. That's kind of the point of them. And you're less likely to go to jail or get shot in it while you're working your job. Now, it does happen on these rare occurrences that are on Channel 5 News, but you ain't never going to get arrested unless you stealing or doing something you're not supposed to do or get killed on the job. Very rare. Shout out to everybody and condolences to everybody who's ever gotten killed at work, but it don't really happen. You're not in the streets. You have those options. You can go in the service. And there's plenty of videos on TikTok that tell you the dark side of the service. But it is an option where you're not going to get in any trouble as long as you do what you're told. I gave you a list of trades that are going to need some support. And to my black men, my young black men, they need a little diversity too. It just takes hard work. 4 years of being an apprentice to whatever trade you choose, and then being able to start your own business not too long after that. From 18 to 22, learning the business and then starting your own. How is that not? That's better than scamming to me. Quick money is one thing, man. You got to spend quick money quickly. Most of the time. And take it from somebody who's done it. It's always better when you built your house from scratch. When you started from the bottom and then you get to a place that you were aiming to get to, a goal you were aiming to achieve, and when you get there, that sense of satisfaction, accomplishment is like no other. And it might be cool when you do something legal, but when you do something legal, legal money, legal tender, it feels amazing. And then you set another goal. So there's options. College, y'all. But those that can get there, those that want to go, it's still a thing. Pick the right major. Pick a major that's going to sustain you. Pick a major that you're not only interested in, but that's going to sustain you. And just a regular job. It's okay to just get a job, man. Out of high school. You know, slide moms or side pops or whoever you staying with some money for that you stay in there for a little bit till you can stack up and get your own place. A job is cool, bro. It really is, man. For 8, 9, 10 hours, and a lot of jobs are hard, so it don't matter what you're doing, everything's gonna be hard. But you out the way, you give little mama time to miss you. Don't nobody want no dude texting them all day. What is you doing with your time? Jobs do that, man. And then you can figure out what you want to do. And now you have capital to invest in that dream or that idea. You got capital. Get you a job, bro. Life is simple when you make it that way. I said it's simple, not easy. 50 Cent had this line. Death must be easy because life is hard. It'll leave you physically, mentally, and emotionally scarred. Always remember that, man. As always, folks, man, I appreciate y'all for rocking out with me for a little bit. I do want to reiterate the fact that fellas showing restraint don't make you weak. It actually is the biggest sign of strength you can show a lady. Seriously, strength and understanding, and the ability to walk away. Never underestimate those signs of strength and fortitude, mental fortitude, and empathy. Because half the voices that sound so angry at you as a man, it ain't you. It ain't you. Let's just not internalize it. Let's not personalize it. And pray for folk. That may just be what folks need. Both sides, men and women. Let's just stop the bickering, kids, please. Anyway, as always, smash that subscribe button. Scotty V on all socials. Let's run those numbers up. We on the road to 1K. That's all I want, 1K, and we can see what we can do from there. But Scotty V signing out. As always, peace to last.